All right, welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III here with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. I hope you've had a great week. And going into this holiday weekend, I guess, in the U.S., I hope you take some time to kind of unwind and unplug. I want to start you out with the Daily Mastermind quote of the day. The more you love what you're doing, the more successful you will be. The more you love what you're doing, the more successful you will be. This is a great quote because it really talks about finding things that you enjoy and you're passionate about. And that helps you to actually be able to recover and disconnect. And sometimes there's that fine line between work and fun or work and life. But when you can do something that you love, that line really fades and it allows you the opportunity to just enjoy more about what you do. So today I want to talk to you about how to take a break and unwind and unplug. Really learn to recharge and recover. See, so many of us do not realize the benefits of being able to unwind and unplug. And the fact that when you recharge and recover, it makes you more productive when you are working. We feel like this grind and this ability to just go nonstop is some kind of a badge of honor, right? But you need to regenerate your energy. Unplugging, is kind of an emotional recharge that we need to all do. And as much as I hate to admit it, there's hardly a minute in the day when we're not on, some form of technology, right? The phone right now is glued to your hand. You're on your computer, your laptop, and you can't perform at your best when you're all wound up, stressed, anxious, or tied constantly to things that require your attention. And so becoming aware of how important it is to unplug and unwind is a really big deal. Let me tell you about a couple of studies here. There was a study by LinkedIn found just recently that showed that 70% of professionals don't fully unplug from work. 70% never unplug. That's incredible. And then a recent study of 1,400 information workers, sort of commissioned by Microsoft, found that 40% of people work outside of regular hours in a way that totally affects their family time. Now, this is a big deal because I think what it goes to is it shows that we have not had the ability to unplug or disconnect from things that distract us from creating a life. And I think it's very important that you realize that there are benefits and reasons that you need to learn to do that. What we don't really emphasize, or the things that we don't really value, I should say, is the recovery. Because we think of that as something that is a weakness. And at the end of the day, professional athletes go and go and go, but they have plenty of time to recover and heal and grow and mentally regroup. But corporate athletes, we don't do that. We just stress. It's like we're playing games 6 nights a week and maybe take 1 night off. And that's rare. So it's time we learn to start to unplug, unwind, and recharge. And when we neglect that critical step of recovery, we end up feeling exhausted and burnt out. And that's not going to help you to be productive. There are so many benefits. Let me just give you a few benefits of being able to unplug so that you can see the value of being able to recharge your batteries. Getting off your phone helps your overall quality of life because, as you know, your phone, social media, being reactionary to things in your life doesn't allow you to be more proactive. And so disconnecting will help you to be proactive. Unplugging after work helps you to recharge. You've got to be able to unplug to be able to mentally, physically, emotionally, recharge your batteries. And, a digital detox, for example, has been shown to directly impact sleep levels. So when you can disconnect from that phone an hour before bed, if you can take time to just get away from your digital items, you're going to sleep better. And unplugging can help your communication and relationships as well. Look, let's be honest. We've all been in that restaurant and seen families or ourselves where everybody's just on their phone. And your relationships and communications suffer when you don't learn to disconnect. And then also, the best benefit of all is you get increased productivity when you go back after being refreshed and recharged. And you want to have that productivity at a high level. You're going to be much better off playing at a level 10 for an hour than playing at a level 4 or 5 for multiple hours. I really, really believe that. So at the end of the day, how do you unwind from work and ensure that you have time to recharge every night? Let me give you a few steps and a few ideas. Number 1, give your brain a different problem to solve. Some of us are just used to having our wired brain that constantly has to fix something or work on something. If that's the case, try putting that focus and energy on something else. play board games, communicate, get some games, look up recipes, take on a new craft or hobby or project, but give your brain something else to work on outside of work. Number two, sign out from any work-related accounts. Turn off your notifications. We all know what happens when you just check that one thing and you end up going down that rabbit hole or that black hole of stuff where you turn on your phone for that 1 minute and that comment ends up coming back at you and turning into a big disaster. So sign out from all your accounts and notifications. Number three, you need to create non-negotiable work hours. Find ways to block your time and be consistent and stay consistent. Number four, rituals are powerful ways to form new habits. Now, it's not super important what you do, but it's more important how consistent you do it. So you need to repeat the same action, the same ritual, the same things because of this concept of neuroplasticity. We've talked about the fact that the neurons that fire together wire together. So if you train your brain to turn your phone off an hour or two before bed and not to turn it on for an hour or so till you get your day going, your brain is going to get used to getting into a pattern and a system that doesn't involve being reactionary. That's why I talk about the idea of turning your phone off or not turning it on in the mornings, because you don't want to wake up and immediately train yourself to be reactionary to notifications and feeds and things like that. So create rituals that are a powerful way for you to disconnect. And then finally, get yourself out of work mode by making a list. At the end of the day, you can, and I do this often, write down the things that you didn't get done or need to get done the next day. And what happens is then you can give yourself permission to just kind of brain dump everything out of your head and leave it there while you go and try to unwind, relax, or create your life in other areas. The key here is for you to be able to successfully unwind, not just walk away from work and think about it the whole time. You've got to learn to shift your brain. So here's the deal. Do yourself, do everyone around you a favor and find a couple of key ways or things that you can, over the weekend, create some structure for you going into next week. Create a ritual list or a schedule, eliminate the distractions of your devices, get into this habit of creating a list at the end of the day. And if you'll do that, I think you're going to find some major increases in your productivity. And I'd love to hear what happens with that. So, that's my message for today. Learn and train yourself and be proactive. Remember, you create your life. So find ways to create that recovery. And I'd like to hear from you. So hit me up on the Daily Mastermind, or if you haven't downloaded the free Daily Mastermind mobile app, do that, because we're going to start to push out some great notifications and offers and freebies that we're going to be sending out for everyone that has that downloaded. I know we've got I think we've got 100,000 plus downloads now. So it's a free mobile app. Download that. You can get it on Android or Apple. And then I look forward to talking with you more this next week, because we have a couple of new business tools that we're going to be launching and allowing everyone to be able to utilize for free. And I think it's going to blow your mind. So I'm pretty happy and excited about that. Anyway, my name is George Wright III. If this is the first time that you're listening to this is the Daily Mastermind. We're here every day with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. Everything that we can do to help you to be supported and create the life that you're meant to live. And that's my message for today. So have an amazing day, and we'll talk with you soon.